I remember looking at her and just thinking, my God, she's absolutely gorgeous. Zira followed me everywhere in the house, 24/7.
Oh, there she is.
She would cuddle into my neck.
She is exhausted.
She would come and sit in between my legs in the shade. She couldn't see me. They'd go and actually sit against something furry.
You can't come up too.
If she was following you around the house, she's always in between your legs or always right in front of you. And it's quite cute.
You little paws.
Having a baby kangaroo means that you become a full-time mum. But bonding with her, I knew that it was going to be hard. Her mum had unfortunately been hit by a car. So as wildlife rescuers in Australia, we got a call to go and pick Zira up. She was really tiny when we first got her. She was probably small enough to be held in 2 hands. I just looked at her and I said, it's going to be okay. It was kind of love at first sight with Zira. She was my baby from the beginning.
Why are you doing that?
But Zira was very nervous. She wasn't quite sure what a human was at that stage. She would stick her head outside of the pouch.
Oh, I don't think you should be getting out of that basket.
She would want to know where you are and what you're doing. I took the time, bonding with her and sitting with her and talking to her.
Good job.
It was the easiest way in which I gained Zira's trust. The hardest thing about raising a baby Joey is just the fact that she wants to be with you all the time. She liked to run after the car if we'd leave. She wanted to come into town and go shopping with us as well. There was never a time that I was ever by myself.
Killed it?
Yeah. Zira and I would spend hours sometimes walking around the paddocks together. I could walk for kilometers and she would be right beside me the whole way.
See this, Zira? Everything the light touches.
When she was little, her personality was very quiet. But as she got older, she was very, very cheeky. She was the boss. One night, little Miss Bossy Boots marches herself into the bedroom and decides that she wants to be fed at 2 a.m. Whatever Zira wanted, Zira got.
Stop eating it.
And she was happy being the only child. Until we got a call from a farmer to say that he had found a rogue baby emu. She was the first rescue emu that my family had had. And it wasn't much different to the kangaroo. She needed a lot of care as well. And that was in that moment I thought, why don't I introduce Scar to Zira?
Zira, it's okay. It's okay.
And I remember picking Scar up and I showed Zira, and Zira put her nose on Scar's beak and sniffed and was like, no thank you. And then of course Scar absolutely loved her. She was an absolute little crazy thing. Scar just had so much energy that she wanted to go and play with Zira. And Zira did not like that at all. There was multiple times where Zira would just look at me and you could see her be like, who invited that thing? The first time that I knew that they were friends was when we went on what I like to call the Great Australian Walk. I was carrying the emu, but she got quite restless and wanted to be put down. So I put her down on one side and Zira was on the other. And then they were both eating grass together. They definitely enjoyed each other's company. It took a few weeks of Zira finally realizing that Scar wasn't going anywhere. From that day on, they just loved each other. They wanted to be around each other all the time. So if we needed to find Scar, we'd find Zira. If we needed to find Zira, we'd find Scar. It was always great watching a baby emu and a baby kangaroo kind of raised and grow up together. You had Zira, who was so chill, so calm, so cool, so collected, and very much the boss. And then you had Scar, who was absolutely crazy, had so much energy, did not sit still, but was also so very, very clumsy. A baby Joey, who is warm, furry little animal who wants to be in a pouch all day. An emu, who is a bird without wings. It wasn't easy for either of them, but they just kept going. They would go out together. They would wander off up onto the hill. It was just the two of them off on an adventure together. It gave Zira the ability to see that birds out in the wild aren't scary. It gave Scar the opportunity to see that there are a lot of kangaroos out in our paddock. I think it definitely helped both of them having a little taste of the wild. And Zira would go and lay underneath the house in the dirt.
This is a sloppy mess right now.
She would move further and further away from the house and stand within a radius of the other kangaroos. So I knew straight away it's time for Zira to be outside. It's time for her to go. And so it is important for us as wildlife carers that we teach them how to survive when they are released back into the wild. I remember watching her jump off for the first time to go and see the big kangaroos. But I also think back to that first night when I saw her as a tiny wee little baby. When she joined the kangaroo mob, you start seeing less and less of her. Sometimes she decides to visit the farm or come by and kind of pop her head in.
Shoulders are just ridiculous.
And whilst it's very sad and whilst it does break your heart, it is so beautiful to watch her grow up and kind of move out with these kangaroos.